Have you ever wondered what life is like in a place where everyday actions could be considered taboo? In Palestine, there are rules and customs so unique that they might surprise you. From restrictions on simple gestures like shaking hands to ancient traditions that still shape daily life, this land offers a glimpse into a world guided by deeply rooted beliefs. It's a place where history, religion, and culture come together to create a way of life unlike anywhere else. Get ready to explore 12 intriguing taboos and customs that will leave you amazed by the rich and complex culture of Palestine. No handshakes with women, a cultural tradition. One of the first things you might notice in Palestine is the reserved interaction between men and women. In Islamic culture, physical contact between men and women who aren't related is strictly prohibited, and this includes something as simple as a handshake. For those accustomed to Western greetings, it may seem unusual, but here, modesty and respect take center stage. Why is this the case? It's about much more than tradition. It's a reflection of deeply held values concerning personal boundaries and moral integrity. This practice helps maintain a respectful distance between the genders, preventing situations that could lead to temptation or impropriety. If you're ever in a situation where you instinctively reach out to shake a woman's hand, don't be surprised if she gracefully declines with a smile and offers a nod instead. Accidentally breaking this rule might be forgiven, but intentional breaches, especially in more conservative areas, can lead to serious social consequences. Though severe punishments like public shaming or stoning are rare, they remain a part of history in some regions, where maintaining moral conduct is not just a legal expectation, but a spiritual duty. Jericho, a living museum of ancient history. While cities like Tokyo and New York captivate visitors with their modern skylines, Jericho offers a completely different allure. As the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world, Jericho has seen over 10,000 years of uninterrupted life. Locally known as Ariha, this city is a treasure trove of ancient ruins, historical landmarks, and stories from civilizations long gone. Walking through Jericho feels like stepping into a living museum where every stone and street holds the weight of centuries. What truly sets Jericho apart is its lush, natural beauty. With its fertile landscape and unique climate, the city thrives with greenery, creating a peaceful, almost idyllic environment. Interestingly, the air in Jericho contains 7% more oxygen than in most places, thanks to its low elevation. This makes it not only a haven for plants, but also a refreshing escape for anyone looking to reconnect with nature. In Jericho, life moves at a slower, more reflective pace. The openness of the community is evident. Homes are built without towering walls, and cars are often left in the open, reflecting the strong sense of trust among its people. It's a city where the past meets the present, offering a sense of calm that's hard to find elsewhere. Jericho is not just a place to visit, but a testament to the endurance and spirit of its people. Alcohol-free culture, a mark of religious devotion. In many parts of the world, alcohol is central to social gatherings, but in Palestine, offering a drink to your host could be considered offensive. The Islamic prohibition on alcohol is strictly observed, shaping a society where you'll find no bars or liquor stores, and even at major celebrations, alcohol is absent. So why this strict adherence? According to Islamic teachings, alcohol is forbidden because it clouds judgment and can lead to harmful behavior. This belief is rooted in the Quran, and devout Muslims view avoiding alcohol as a way to maintain clarity of thought and purity of action. In Palestinian culture, this rule is not just religious, it's a deeply ingrained social norm. Even at weddings or festive events, the most you'll be served is a variety of teas or soft drinks, and people gather in an environment that emphasizes responsibility and mindfulness. For outsiders, this might seem like a limitation, but for Palestinians, it's a reflection of their dedication to faith and family. Respecting this tradition is key when visiting, as bringing alcohol into a Muslim home could unintentionally cause discomfort or even offense. The absence of alcohol creates a different, more focused kind of social interaction, one that prioritizes community and shared values. Pork is forbidden, a dietary law rooted in faith. If you're expecting to find pork on the menu in Palestine, you'll be in for a surprise. Pork consumption is strictly prohibited in Islam, and nearly all Palestinians follow this religious dietary rule. This can be quite a shock for visitors from countries where pork is a common ingredient, but the reason behind this restriction goes beyond personal preference. It's deeply rooted in religious and moral beliefs. In Islam, pigs are considered unclean animals. They are known for their scavenging habits and for carrying diseases, which makes them unsuitable for consumption. However, the prohibition isn't just about hygiene. There are also spiritual reasons for avoiding pork. Muslims believe that eating this meat can affect one's spiritual purity, linking it to both physical and moral cleanliness. In place of pork, Palestinians enjoy a variety of meats like beef, lamb, and chicken, all prepared according to halal standards. Halal meats ensure the animals are treated humanely and slaughtered in a way that honors Islamic principles. Palestine's rich culinary scene has plenty to offer, but don't expect to find bacon or ham on your plate. It's all part of the greater emphasis on spiritual and physical purity within Islamic culture. Pointing with the index finger, a gesture to avoid. In many Western countries, pointing with your index finger is a common, harmless way to indicate something or someone. However, in Palestine, this simple gesture is viewed as rude and disrespectful. According to Islamic customs and local tradition, pointing directly at someone with your index finger can be seen as an accusation or an act of disrespect. Instead, locals use their right thumb to gesture, keeping the other fingers clenched. This cultural difference might seem small, but it speaks volumes about the value Palestinians place on respect and dignity. Pointing at someone can be interpreted as singling them out in a negative way, which is why even in casual conversations, it's best to avoid this gesture. One famous story involves a foreign tourist who unknowingly offended a local by pointing at him while asking for directions. The local man's son became upset, mistaking the gesture as an insult, and chased the tourist away. The misunderstanding could have easily been avoided if the visitor had been aware of this cultural difference. For anyone visiting Palestine, it's a good idea to be mindful of these small but significant gestures to ensure a smooth and respectful interaction with locals. The left hand, a symbol of uncleanliness in daily life. In Palestinian society, as in much of the Islamic world, the left hand is considered unclean due to its association with personal hygiene tasks. This belief shapes how people interact with one another in various situations, from dining to social etiquette. It's essential to always use your right hand when eating, handing over gifts, or even shaking hands. The left hand, when used in these contexts, can be seen as disrespectful or impolite. When dining, you'll notice that everyone handles food with their right hand, even if utensils are involved. The right hand is also the one used for religious rituals, showing respect to both people and objects. If you're left-handed, this might feel a little tricky, but locals tend to be understanding once they know your circumstances. Still, whenever possible, following this cultural practice shows respect for their traditions and ensures you avoid any unintentional offense. Ants are protected, a symbol of respect in Islam. While many see ants as nothing more than a nuisance, in Palestine, these small creatures are treated with great care. Killing ants, whether on purpose or by accident, is prohibited, reflecting the Islamic belief that even the smallest of God's creatures deserve respect. Ants are admired for their industriousness, teamwork, and perseverance, qualities that are highly regarded in Islamic teachings. This respect for ants extends to a broader principle of animal welfare in Palestine. Even animals raised for food are handled with care, adhering to strict halal practices that ensure humane treatment. The animals must be slaughtered in a way that honors them, with prayers offered for their souls. For visitors, these customs might seem unusual, but they highlight the deep-rooted connection between religion, ethics, and everyday life in Palestinian culture. It's a reminder of how much care and respect is woven into the fabric of their society, even for the smallest living beings. The Dead Sea, a natural marvel and healing retreat. One of the most iconic and breathtaking sights in Palestine is the Dead Sea, often referred to as the Earth's navel. Located at the planet's lowest elevation, this salt-laden body of water is known for its unique ability to let people float effortlessly on its surface. With no fish or marine life able to survive in its extreme salinity, the Dead Sea offers a once-in-a-lifetime experience for visitors seeking both relaxation and adventure. But it's not just the floating that draws people in. The Dead Sea is also famous for its therapeutic qualities. The mineral-rich waters and nutrient-dense black mud are known for their healing effects, especially on the skin. Many visitors flock to this oasis to soak in the benefits, often covering themselves in the mud to rejuvenate and refresh their skin. While the name suggests lifelessness, the Dead Sea is far from dead when it comes to its cultural and economic significance. Its shores are a hub for tourists and locals alike, offering a peaceful retreat from the nearby cities and a unique connection to nature's wonders. Palestine's share of this natural treasure plays a significant role in the region's tourism, making it a must-visit destination. The oldest olive tree, a living monument of history. Among the most unusual and controversial customs that persist in parts of Palestine is bride kidnapping. Although this practice was officially banned in 1991, it still occurs in certain rural communities. The tradition typically involves a man, with the help of friends and family, abducting the woman he intends to marry. She is then kept at his home until an agreement is reached between the two families. While it may seem shocking, many instances of bride kidnapping are actually consensual. Often the bride is in on the plan, and the act is more symbolic than forceful, a traditional ritual that still holds meaning for some. However, there are cases where the kidnapping leads to forced marriages, particularly when the bride's family pressures her to go through with the union for financial or social reasons. This custom remains a controversial and polarizing topic. To outsiders, it can be both bewildering and alarming, but for some communities in Palestine, it is viewed as an important cultural tradition. Whether consensual or coerced, bride kidnapping represents the complexities of balancing tradition and modernity in certain areas of the region. The oldest olive tree, a living monument of history. In a small Palestinian village stands an extraordinary testament to time, the world's oldest known olive tree, estimated to be over 3,700 years old. This ancient tree continues to bear fruit, producing olives that contribute to some of the finest olive oil in the region. More than just a tree, it represents resilience and symbolizes Palestine's deep-rooted connection to its land and agricultural traditions. The tree's massive, weathered trunk, now hollow from thousands of years of growth, has become a beloved local treasure. Visitors from all over the world come to admire this living piece of history, often touching its bark in awe. Local legends surround the tree, with tales of mystical lights seen around it on full moon nights, adding to its almost magical reputation. Whether you're captivated by the folklore or simply by its age, this ancient olive tree is a must-see for anyone exploring Palestine's rich heritage. Visiting Islamic holy sites. Essential etiquette. Islamic mosques in Palestine are not just places of worship. They are also magnificent cultural landmarks open to respectful visitors. However, entering these sacred spaces comes with specific rules that must be followed. Dress modestly. Women should wear headscarves and clothing that covers their arms and legs, while men should avoid shorts and sleeveless shirts. It's also customary to remove your shoes before entering the mosque as a sign of respect. While inside, it's crucial to maintain decorum. Public displays of affection, taking photographs in certain areas, and touching sacred objects are prohibited. Maintaining a quiet and respectful demeanor is key to ensuring that your visit is both meaningful and in line with the customs of the mosque. By following these guidelines, you'll not only enjoy your visit, but also honor the traditions that make these holy sites so important to the local community. The sacred name of Allah. Handle conversations with care. In many parts of the world, discussing religion may be casual and uncontroversial, but in Palestine, such conversations, particularly about Islam, should be approached with great sensitivity. The name Allah holds deep spiritual significance for Muslims, and any casual or disrespectful mention can be seen as highly offensive. Joking, criticizing, or debating Islamic beliefs, especially when invoking the name of Allah, can be perceived as blasphemous. Interestingly, in Arabic, Allah is used not only by Muslims, but also by Christians and Jews to refer to God. However, within the context of Islamic tradition, the name carries a profound reverence that visitors must be aware of. To ensure respectful interactions during your stay in Palestine, it's important to avoid any comments or remarks that might unintentionally come across as disrespectful to the faith. A cultural exploration like no other. Palestine offers a rich tapestry of history, tradition, and spiritual significance, where everyday life is shaped by customs that may seem unfamiliar or surprising to visitors. From avoiding alcohol to respecting holy spaces and understanding sacred beliefs, these traditions reflect the deep cultural and religious roots of the region. By embracing these customs and respecting local norms, travelers can experience Palestine in a more meaningful way. If this dive into Palestinian culture intrigued you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights from around the world. Let us know in the comments where you'd like us to explore next. Safe travels, and see you in the next adventure.